for 2 of them. That's well bad, isn't it? Should not.
Why am I spending so much money to live in a claustrophobic space that we call a house?
With that, like, it's extortionate. And not just like going out to drink, like, I'd like plans doing anything, but I can't because...
Tell me when I got on the train, I actually can't talk. When I got on the train, £11. I look at my account, I'm like, £11? Did I definitely just go to work and back?
I know that a lot of people say that money can't buy you happiness, but I just moved to London and you literally can't go anywhere without spending money.
I'm so fucking tired of the UK.
お前らこんにちは。海外の反応を届けるゴリラ通信だ。新首都城をと霧の国、レンガ造りの路地に革靴の音が響いて、どこかから紅茶の香りが漂ってくる。今回はあの気品あふれるイギリスの話をしようと思う。赤い電話ボックス2階建てバスバッキンガム宮殿。そんな絵はがきみたいな風景が頭に浮かぶような紅茶と紳士の国。そんなイメージを持ってるやつも多いと思うが、今イギリスのネキたちが SNS に上げてる動画がちょっとシャレにならないことになってきてるんだ。昔の街が消えていく。母国なのに居場所がない。何十年も住んでた人間が怯えて暮らしてる。そんなコメントが静かにでも確実に溢れてきてるようだぜ。治安の悪化移民問題、Y にとって一番大事な食の件に関してまで笑えないような話が出てきてるんだ。だってよイギリスといえばフィッシュ&チップスだろう。あの国を代表するソウルフードすらもう昔とは違うって嘆く声が出てきてんだよ。誇り高きイギリス料理の象徴が地元民から見捨てられてる現実。Y も思わず一人の夜に紳士の国でお前も買ってしみじみしまったよ。さあ今回はかつて世界に冠たる大英帝国だった国の今の実情を嘆く現地ネキニキ達の声をたっぷり紹介していくぜ。マダーム
ゴリをたまにチャンネル登録よろしく。
How much do you spend on lunch in London?
まず最初はイギリスの食費高すぎ問題について悲鳴を上げるイギリスネキたちの反応を見ていこう。
30 pounds.
Around 15.
So how much do you spend in lunch in London?
Too damn much. £20. It's ridiculous. Every single day.
30 pounds on sandwich.
24 pounds. 40 pounds?
Anywhere from 15 to 20 quid for sure.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So, my girlfriend decided to hire out a pub for her birthday. Now I thought, being the incredible girlfriend that I am, we all knew it, I would email ahead and ask whether or not I could bring a little birthday cake. And they said, yes, that's absolutely fine, but there will be, now this word is going to trigger me in future, excuse me, the fuck is a cakeage fee, because I believe the term is corkage fee, and I decided I'm going to bring my cake fucking anyway because my girlfriend is not having a birthday without a cake.
But imagine getting a brand charge or a checkout fee on a pint or a coffee. The pint is £6, relatively cheap for London, but to buy it at the till, you need to pay a £3 charge. Scotsman Group bars and pubs have also added a 2% automatic charge on any purchases. And of course, on top of that, in the last couple of years, most restaurants now have a standard 10 to 15% service charge. And if that American style tip went towards wages, that wouldn't be such an issue. But for example, the Unite Hospitality Union criticised the Chinese restaurant Ping Pong, who said workers have only been compensated with an extra £1 an hour above the minimum wage. Since the pandemic, it seems these extra charges have spiraled out of control a little bit.
Like, you used to be able to, when you were younger, like, maybe go out with like 30 quid, it'd be a cheap night out, but you maybe get a taxi, get some drinks, maybe get into a club. But now, like, you'd be lucky if you got 2 drinks with that. Like, it's extortionate. And not just like going out to drink, like, I'd like plans doing anything, but I can't because everything costs so much money. The wages aren't really going up that much, but like taxes, national insurances, petrol prices are, energy prices are, it's mental.
Girls, what's just happened?
So, there's an ice cream van there. Silly. Just 2 ice creams with 2 chewing gums in it.
Yeah.
£9 for 2 of them.
That's well bad, isn't
You
it?
should know.
So apparently food prices are going up by 50% in November. 50%. Pardon? How am I going to afford to buy my fucking 2% fat, lean turkey mince? It's currently £4.20, right? So that goes up by 50%, £6. Let's say £6. Now I'm not going to be able to go to the shops to buy this fucking expensive food because I can't afford the petrol for my car to get to the shops to buy that. What do we do?
Old Asda shopping receipt from 2004 that I'd found in my garage. I posted a year today that I'd found this.
イギリスではここ数年、電気代やガス代が爆上がりして、冬なのに暖房を我慢する家庭まで続出。さらに食品価格も高騰していて、卵や牛乳みたいな生活必需品までじわじわ値上がり。SNS じゃスーパー行くたび財布が軽くなるって悲鳴が溢れてるらしい。 原因は一つじゃない。いくつもの問題が同時に爆発した結果なんだ。まずでかいのがエネルギー価格の高騰。世界的な情勢不安でガス価格が跳ね上がって、電気代や暖房費がイギリス全土を直撃。さらに追い打ちをかけたのがブレグジット。EU 離脱によって物流や人手不足が悪化。海外から入ってくる食品や商品のコストまで上がっちまった。その結果、スーパーの商品価格もじわじわ上昇。外食も家賃も交通費も全部値上げ。まさに生活全体がインフレ状態ってわけだ。しかも給与の伸びが物価に追いついてない。働いても余裕が減っていくから、現地ネキたちのストレスも限界突破してるらしい。でもこれって日本でもなんだか見たことある光景だよな。
Tesco have announced they're now placing barriers around the reduce section to stop shoppers fighting over bargains. Now, watch very carefully because as you can see, all of these staff are essentially reducing all of these items and they've got this massive yellow barrier around all of the reduced items. And essentially it's because due to the cost of living crisis, people are now fighting over these reduced items. Now, as you can see, all of these shoppers are stood here while the staff are reducing the items. And I've never seen anything quite like this. Now, as you can see, there's 5 members of Tesco staff reducing all of these items, and they've essentially barricaded themselves in to stop people running in and basically taking loads of different items. Now, how do you feel about this? A lot of people are saying it almost feels a bit, animalistic, like the fact that people are actually being barricaded in and not actually allowed to go in there, almost similar to like a cage or something.
Living in London is actually hell. And for some reason, I just can't see myself living somewhere else.
ご飯がまずい国なんて昔はネタにされていたイギリスだが、今本当に問題になっているのは味よりも普通の食事すら気軽に楽しめなくなっていることらしいな。お次は生活コスト高騰と賃金停滞問題についてだ。早速ネキたちの反応を見ていこう。
I'm going to show you how ridiculous and out of control house prices are in the UK. Have a look at this. So these houses here, that's not one house. They're like two houses joined together, okay? They're all pretty much the same down this street. Can you guess how much these houses are? Have a look. That house is up for £650,000. It's 3 bedrooms and it is small, okay? That price is ridiculous. Because in my opinion, that's outrageously expensive for what you get. Like, the house is so tiny and it's £650,000. Nearly $900,000. Crazy.
The cost of living is so fucked that everything is now considered a luxury. Things that were normal a few years ago. I couldn't afford to get a haircut for 6 months. Dental care. My mum has had to pay for a root canal and a filling for me. I meant to get another one. I still haven't done it because it's over £500.
And just like that, the UK's finished. The UK is done. In the UK, people have to pay a TV licence, and many people refuse to pay that licence. So what did the UK government do? They said, oh, people aren't paying us our money. I know what we'll do. We'll raise the cost. The UK government said, yeah, absolutely not. Enjoy that. It is now risen to £180, which is just under $250 a year. But it will happen. This is a classic example of not putting the people first.
I moved to London a couple years ago, and I swear it costs 3 times as much to live here than it does in New York City. And because I make around like 180,000 quid per year, that's 225,000 US, but 60,000 of that goes to pension. Another 45% then goes to income tax, 13% of which then goes to like national insurance tax. Then apparently because our flat is in Islington, we have to also pay council tax as well. Point is, according to the spreadsheet, my monthly take home is around 6,500 quid or 8,100 US for somebody who makes 180,000 quid or $225,000.
My journey, okay, is from east to west. 1 train, 1 line, east to west. Always costs £6.80. And you're like, okay, shit, but fine. Tell me when I got on the train, I actually can't talk. When I got on the train, £11. I look at my account, I'm like, £11? Did I definitely just go to work and back?
The UK salaries in London.
食費が高いだけでもかなりきつい話だが、実は今イギリスでは普通に暮らすことそのものが難しくなっているらしい。増え続ける生活コスト賃金とのギャップ、そして将来への不安。最終的にイギリスからの脱出を決意するネキも続出しているようだ。
Eat, going to nice restaurants, going to grab drinks, maybe like slightly cheaper, but still pretty on par to what you would pay in California. The salaries that people get paid here are about 50% less. Most fun city I've ever lived in, but a normal UK salary does not allow the flexibility to go out and do all of those fun activities.
You're not imagining it, it is genuinely harder to get ahead in London, even if you're doing everything
Right. It is harder to get ahead in London than basically anywhere else in the world. Firstly, cost of living in London consistently ranks in the top 5 to 10 of cities worldwide, comparable to New York and Singapore, and way higher than all other cities in the UK. On the flip side, salaries in London do not compare to other major cities. So if you're trying to set yourself up financially and chasing a high-paying role, it's way harder to engineer a high salary in London than it is in the US or any other global city.
What the fuck is going on in the UK? Childcare costs, horrendous. Car insurance, horrendous. Shopping, double horrendous. Like, everything costs a fucking fortune. Now, luckily, I'm in a position to make up for that bill that's increasing. Then what do you do? I am literally fed up with this country. I just want out.
I know that a lot of people say that money can't buy you happiness, but I just moved to London and you literally can't go anywhere without spending money. And it's so hard to try and like follow your dreams and live independently. When you don't have money, you just feel really helpless.
Oh my god, how did they afford their house? Someone died. Or someone gave them some money. Like, come on, we're all earning 40k out here. Like, no one's buying houses unless someone dies, okay?
Yo, England is officially done. England is finished, mate. This country is finished. We don't have anything here in England. Like, there's no culture behind it. Everyone's proud of where they come from. No one's like, oh yeah, come to my city, everyone just wants to get out of this shithole. Like, it is a horrible, horrible place, man.
I'm gonna do 5 reasons I'm leaving the UK as a Kiwi girl who's lived in Australia. Number 1 reason is it is so expensive here. The second reason is the weather. Do you see this? It's October, so it's autumn, and I feel like I'm in the depths of winter right now. The third reason, there's just like this blanket of anxiety you have in London. Am I gonna lose my job next week? Am I gonna have enough money next week? You know, you just have this, like, you never feel like settled here, and maybe it's different if you're here with a partner.
なんで紅茶と紳士の国がこうなっちまったのか。その背景には昔みたいに自国だけで何でも回せる国ではなくなってるって状況があるらしい。工場や産業はどんどん海外へ移り、国内では金融やサービス業に依存する形へ変化。そこに世界的インフレやエネルギー危機が直撃した。一番大きかったのがさっきも言ったブレグジットだ。これはブリテンと体質を組み合わせた造語で、イギリスの EU 離脱を指す。そもそもイギリスでは昔から EU に縛られすぎじゃねって不満がかなりあった。 EU では人や物が自由に行き来できる反面、ルールや移民政策も共有される部分が多い。そのせいで一部の国民からは移民が増えすぎて仕事が奪われる。イギリスなのに自分たちで決められないって不満が噴出してたんだ。そして2016年国民投票の結果、まさかの EU 離脱派が勝利。世界中がマジで抜けんのって大騒ぎになったよな。当時は EU を抜ければ経済が復活する。イギリスを取り戻せって期待も大きかった。だが現実はかなり複雑だった。 EU 圏から来ていた労働者が減ったことで、物流、飲食、農業、建設なんかで深刻な人手不足が発生。トラック運転手まで足りなくなって、一時はガソリンスタンドに長蛇の列ができたこともあったらしい。さらにそこへ世界的インフレとエネルギー危機が直撃。電気代やガス代が爆上がりして、冬でも暖房を我慢する家庭が増加。食料品も値上がりしまくって、スーパーでは安い商品だけ棚が空っぽなんて光景まで普通になったらしい。しかもロンドンでは家賃高騰がエグすぎる。普通に働いてても部屋を借りるだけで給料が吹き飛ぶレベルで、若者の間ではフルタイム勤務なのに実家暮らしも珍しくないようだ。もちろんブレグジットだけが原因じゃねえ。だが今のイギリス経済を語る上で避けて通れない超でかい転換点だったのは間違いないようだな。
ゴリをたまにチャンネルトルコよろしく。We just got mugged.
ここまで生活が苦しくなると街の空気そのものも少しずつ変わってくる。今イギリスでは普通に歩くのも不安だと感じる人たちが増えているらしい。一体現地では何が起きているのか。お次はイギリスの治安やバスに問題について見ていこう。
Would you say London is a safe place to live?
I went for a walk on Saturday morning and I got my phone stolen from my pocket. You know, sometimes you go out and you don't feel safe or comfortable.
In London, I go back home purposely at like 8 p.m. just in case something happens. You never know when someone's going to be having a bad day and they're drunk and they
have
just want to...
Have you experienced anything?
Yes, I have.
Really?
Yeah.
My phone was stolen like 1 month ago.
So you don't feel safe in London?
No.
This was the moment a man had his phone stolen on one of the poshest roads. This man was walking along Park Lane, Mayfair, when a criminal rode past on an electric bike, grabbed the victim's phone and drove off. The crime was so quick the victim didn't have enough time to react.
put my stuff in the trunk, sit in the car. And as we are driving off, a guy just comes in front of the car and he's just like saying that there is something from his that is stuck under the car. And then the Uber driver went out to check what it was. And at the same time, I heard a sound in the trunk. This guy in front, he sees there's another man behind the car. He went there and the guy was like taking my suitcase out of the trunk. Luckily, he saw it on time and to know that this is going on so that doesn't happen to you.
経済状況が苦しくなると人間ってのはどんどん追い詰められていく。その結果として起きているのが軽犯罪の増加、そして治安悪化らしい。
What's the worst area to live in London?
Definitely Harringay. Just anywhere up north. Just anywhere up north. Don't touch it.
Peckham. Definitely Peckham.
It's just rough, isn't it?
Every time I drive through, I feel like I'm going to get stabbed.
Hounslow, because it's so trampy, so nitty, like everyone smokes there, everyone vapes. I think like Croydon, because like, it's like nothing much there, and then people are people.
Hours before the doors opened, people had started queuing.
やばいのは物価や治安だけじゃない。本来人々を支えるはずの医療制度までもが今かなり限界に近づいているらしい。次はイギリスの医療制度がやばい問題について見ていこう。
An NH dentist. I've been trying for last 2 years to get an NH dentist in Bristol, and it's just impossible.
When I arrived earlier, people were already sitting out with camping chairs, places. I mean, you hear stories of people removing their own teeth, so people must be pretty desperate, I think.
I left because the job was shite. I'm a UK trained doctor and I moved to Australia almost 10 years ago, and I'm going to tell you why. I went to university at 17. Spent 6 years at uni, did another 6 years of training as a junior doctor to become fully qualified. So that's 12 years in, as much training as I could possibly done. 12 years in, I was doing 12-hour days, hadn't made much of a difference. Shat on from the highest levels, and I realised that was it for me. I'd finished all my training, and this is what I had to live with for the rest of my life, and I wasn't prepared to do that. And I was earning about £60,000 a year. I was doing 70-hour weeks. I'm sorry, but that's just not worth the training. Yeah, I was either going to quit or move to Australia, and I moved to Australia, and it has been in far the best thing that I've ever done in my life.
So last year in September, I got admitted into hospital and had emergency surgery for some alarming symptoms that I was having. They were quick to usher me out of the ward because they needed my bed, sent me home within an hour of sedating me. They told me to stay at home if the symptoms happen again and to not go to A&E and to wait for my 6-week checkup with my consultant. I've experienced these symptoms a handful of times, and I might look fine, but I promise you I'm not. Checkup, we can't do anything. And it's gotten to the point now where I have woken up today after experiencing these symptoms for the last 3 days with extreme nausea and a migraine, and I Google it and it says you are in shock, you need to go to the hospital. That is the difference one waiting list can give you. If I had that 6-week checkup when I had to have it, not 6 months later when I still haven't had it, and then I wouldn't have used A&E.
73 weeks of waiting for emergency appointment.
イギリスには NHS という公的医療制度があんだ。診察も治療も救急も基本ただ。税金で全部賄う。一見夢みたいな制度だよな。正式名称はナショナルヘルスサービス。簡単に言えば基本的に誰でも無料で医療を受けられるっていい。イギリス最大級の社会保障システムだ。第二次世界大戦後、金持ちだけじゃなく全員が医療を受けられるべきだって理念で始まって長年イギリスの誇りとも言われてきた。実際救急車診察手術まで税金で支えられてる部分が多くて、海外からも理想的な制度って評価されてたんだぜ。だが今その NHS が限界を迎えてると言われてる。原因はかなり複雑だ。まず医師や看護師の人手不足、そこに高齢化で患者数は増加、さらにブレグジット以降 EU 圏から来ていた医療従事者が減少して現場の負担が一気に悪化した。そして追い打ちをかけたのがコロナ禍だ。もともとギリギリで回してた医療現場に感染爆発が直撃。その結果診察待ち手術待ちが異常レベルで長期化。救急車を呼んでも何時間も来ない。手術まで数ヶ月から1年以上待機なんてケースまで問題視されてるらしい。しかも医療スタッフ側も限界だ。低賃金長時間労働慢性的な人手不足、ストライキまで頻発していて SNS では看護師本人たちがもう心が折れそうって発信してる状況なんだとか。もちろん今でも NHS を誇りに思うイギリス人は多い。だが同時に制度そのものが時代に耐えられなくなってるって不安も広がってるようだぜ。かつて世界が憧れた無用医療も維持するには国の体力そのものが必要なんだって改めて思い知らされる話だよな。
lot of people actually leaving the UK.
If we pay our taxes, they should come back to benefit us in some way, shape or form.
インフレ、Brexit、NHS の崩壊、そして移民問題。現在イギリスが抱えている問題は全部バラバラ見えて実はそうじゃない。最後は国を覆う漠然とした不安に嘆くイギリスにきやネキたちを見ていこう。
A lot of my friends who have to work in the UK, they have left London. Most of my friends, they've gone up north. They've gone up to Manchester. I don't think Manchester as a city can actually handle it. It doesn't have the infrastructure in the system that London does, and it is struggling a lot.
Pay your bills and barely be able to save at the end of the month. Like, it's just so normalised to go to a grocery store and literally panic every time you go grocery shopping because everything's just so fucking expensive, and every time you go to the shop, everything's just like doubled in price. That we spend most of our lives working, and all we are doing is surviving. We're not doing anything. We're just literally surviving.
In January 2020, the UK left the European Union, ending a relationship that lasted almost 50 years. Brexit supporters said it would bring about greater national sovereignty and an economic revival. But 6 years later, has life improved for the average British person? The average person in the UK was almost $3,000 poorer by 2023. That number is over 4,500 for Londoners. And London's economy alone has shrunk by more than $40 billion. Of course, that economic decline can be solely attributed to Brexit. Successive crises like the pandemic and the Russia-Ukraine war have all put strain on the economy. But 6 years on, there's been no economic revival. And a record number of British people are leaving the UK to escape poor economic prospect.
Right, here's something that might surprise you about Brexit. It's certainly surprised us. Obviously, half the point of Brexit is so that people can't just come in freely to live in England from all over Europe anymore. I get that. But my partner and the father of my baby is German, and thanks to the new rules, he can't come and live with us so we can be a family in England. We have to live somewhere else. We have to leave England. Basically, thank you, Brexit. If you have a baby with someone who is from Europe, foreign, you have to leave the country. Otherwise, you can't be a family.
I'm so fucking tired of the UK. It's gone to the point where I'm looking at moving out. The thing is, moving is not fucking easy. Thanks, Brexit. I need a visa, I need a job, I need to save a shit ton of money, and probably learn a new language. And unless you're wealthy, your quality of life is fucking shit. I cannot afford, as a nearly 30-year-old, to rent something other than a fucking room. I work full time, so I should at least be able to afford a one-bed apartment. It's not that fucking much to ask for. It's a one-bed apartment. And it's not like it's an uncommon thing. This is quite common now. Just like, what the fuck?
We're here today because we're not here because of their skin colour, we're not here because of race, we're not here because of what they look like. We're here because this country has a serious issue at the moment, and we have to pay for these people, and we're fed up of paying for these people that have come here and they get everything for free. They get healthcare for free, dental care for free, free phones, phone contracts, contact lenses, glasses, absolutely everything they get for free, and we've had enough of it. We're a fed up nation, we're a fed up people.
In the Northern Ireland town of Ballymena, protesters are gathering outside migrants' homes, hoping to force them to leave.
As you can see, it's pretty difficult. Tensions running pretty high here.
Tensions had been rising, with locals accusing the Roma community, an ethnic group concentrated in Central and Eastern Europe, of antisocial and criminal behaviour.
We've helped them, but we will protect our women and our children.
以上がイギリス国民たちの反応だ。経緯は違えど、今のイギリスを見てると不思議なことにどこか日本と重なる部分もあるんだよな。物価上昇、将来不安、少子高齢化、働いても昔ほど余裕を感じにくい空気。国は違っても先進国が抱える悩みって案外似てくるのかもしれねえ。それでもイギリスには長い歴史や文化を支えてきた底力がある。雨の日でもジョークを飛ばして紅茶片手になんとか生き抜こうとするあの感じ。ワイはちょっと好きなんだよな。だからこそ思うんだ。イギリスに来もネキたちもどうか踏ん張ってくれってな。そして願わくは世界中の人々が憧れる余裕ある国に戻ってほしいもんだぜ。ちなお前らが好きなイギリス特有の文化ってなんだ。ワイは往年のブリティッシュロックだぜ。ゴッドセーブザクイーン。最後まで見てくれてありがとな。コメントチャンネル登録よろしく。